So that's when I said, maybe next time I'll just take the stairs. Hey, didn't see you there. Welcome back. We did just fine with the pilot last time. Just one momentary misstep sent us clanking into the drink. You get it? Because I took a sip of my coffee there, but also I just wanted to caffeinate. How you doing? How's it going? I'm doing well. Still loving Spelunky 2. And knocking. I know I've been saying it for a while. Hey, here's the thing. You might say, NL, you've been saying for a couple of weeks now that you're knocking on the door of killing Hundun with the arrow of light. But it hasn't happened yet. What gives? Sometimes things worth doing take time, you know? Just because you're close to doing... I mean, there's a lot of things that you can be close to. Thought maybe he was coming back to life there. But your definition of closeness depends on the scale of the project, right? Like, we could be close to having fully autonomous, self-driving vehicles. Well, I hate this. What does close mean in that context, though, you know? Does it mean that we'll have them within the next couple of weeks? Probably not. Does it mean that we might have them by the year 2030? Sure. I mean, in some ways that's close, I suppose. By the spike shoes there. Somebody gave me a very good tip. It was 2 videos ago. They said, NL, if you want to do a goldless run, consider purchasing or obtaining by perhaps some illicit means the shopkeeper's metallic shield. It seems like great advice, because instead of like accidentally walking into gold, you will instead shatter it with the shield. Seems very actionable. Seems like a good piece of feedback to me. But anyway, we're gonna get there. We've been so close lately, and having also accomplished the feat with mouth, I know that it's just a matter of time before we get to shine, you know? Like Party of 5. I think we can deposit this up here. Just like, you know, if we can get the mental overhead off, that way we can only have to worry about carrying the ghost pot. We're in a good spot. How am I doing? Thank you for asking. I'm doing very well. Today is a Wednesday. Yesterday, if you didn't see the stream yesterday, it was a really good stream. Now, I'm going to parcel it up for YouTube. Some of those will have probably come out by now. What a jump, dude. But definitely, I would recommend... I mean, it's a great stream through and through. If you have any interest in either the dynamic between Daniel and myself or Escape from Tarkov, you should watch the Tarkov segment. If you have... if you only have time to watch one segment, or even if you don't think you have time to watch a segment, I encourage you to watch both parts of the Will You Hit the Button segment. That was a good piece of content that went very well. I was very happy with that. And of course, you know, the chess at the end, if you like chess, please do. If you don't like chess, I know chess is not everybody's cup of tea. Yo, that's such a good item. I'm not out here trying to become, you know, exclusively a chess channel, although there has been a lot of chess content recently, but if you're a fan of chess, it's a good segment as well. It was just all around like a solid stream yesterday. It was a good one. So we are gonna work hard here to try to... It's like the same shop, except it is a boomerang instead of a shield. What is this? Arrow traps are us? Hey, the Robin Hood called. He wants his arrows back. Oh, I don't think we're gonna get the Kapala here. And actually, I think that, like, we gotta take a little bit of a look here. I don't know if we need to go back up, but it just doesn't feel right. You know what I mean? Like, it just doesn't feel right. Like, where's the lock? I mean, a tribe called Quest said, if knowledge is the key, then just show me the lock. I don't really think I want to go down there. But it must be down to the right, but that's like so close to what is obviously the exit of the floor This might be the rare, like immediate yeet. If we just can't... Oh, no, it's just right there. Never mind. I was worried we wouldn't be able to make it up. Well, if knowledge is the key, then consider that lock shown. We're gonna ring the bell. Whoops. But we are not... Oh, such a nice sound. But we are not going to get that extra crate up there. I feel like I'm happy where I stand. 37,000. With the cape already and some boots, I think this is definitely a a black market run. I didn't mean to get excited. It actually was an accident. I didn't, I mean, I'm guilty for sure of being like, everybody wants to... Volcana's like when the teacher rolls in the I don't know if this is a super dated reference, but you know, you knew it was gonna be a good day at school when the teacher would roll in, like, on 4 wheels, this cart that had, like, a 19-inch TV on it. You were like, okay, this is Pog. We're gonna watch some, like, Bill Nye the Science Guy or something like that. At school, like, okay, and this is an honest question. I understand my demographic is, you know, a little bit... I don't want to say a little bit older in the sense, like, you know, that they're septuagenarians or whatever. But, you know, they're not, like, actively in elementary school right now, for the most part. You know, it might be a few. Not too proud of myself there, by the way, but we should be okay here regardless, because we didn't die. But do they still use those weird, like, overhead projectors in schools? Where, like, you, and we can't really take the turkey with us. I'm happy with 4 HP. You put, like, a piece of clear plastic on the projector, and then you, like, write on the sheet of clear plastic in order to make notes. Like, that is very antiquated. I'm surprised that at any point, you know, like, I was going to high school in the mid-2000s, like, from, I guess, early to mid-2000s, from 2002 until 2006. The fact that we were still using that is kind of crazy to me. But it just goes to show you, you know, how much technology has changed in, like, 15 years. Like, I remember, when I went to school, I was mad that, like, our school didn't have whiteboards. Instead, we had the chalkboards, which, like, whenever you had to go write something on the board, it was like, squeak, squeak, squeak. Nowadays, I'm pretty sure, like, even if you have, like, a whiteboard, which, by the way, when I taught in Korea, we used whiteboards, they're not all they're cracked up to be. Like, I do think they're better than a basic chalkboard, but, like, when your marker starts to run out, it gets very squeaky, and, you know, better than a chalkboard, but also, I feel like it can't be good to, like, be breathing in that chalk dust all the time, but what do I know? You know, I'm not a doctor. Just seems a little scary to me. But then on top of all that, now, like, you're probably like, oh, our school is so bad, we only have whiteboards, we don't even have smart boards. That's not meant to be a joke, by the way. We know that's not a child of the forest, so we don't care. Just send it. I think we want to do this, okay? So it just took me a second to puzzle out how we want to do this, because money is an object. Like Cyndi Lauper said, money changes everything. A well-known song, you know, from the 1980s, but also well-known because it was in Dirty John Season 2 this year, starring Christian Slater and Amanda Peet. And Missy Pyle is Amanda Peet's friend. I gotta say, like, if we're talking about Netflix series from 2020, I watched The Queen's Gambit. I liked it, okay? I didn't think it was necessarily the bee's knees. I didn't think it was, you know... I found myself looking at my phone throughout some of the episodes. That's not meant to be, like, you know, is bad. I still enjoyed it, but I think maybe I missed, like, the cultural impact that it had for a lot of people. Which, again, is completely fine. I thought Dirty John Season 2 this year was pretty good. Dirty John Season 1 is, like, very not good, in my opinion, but that's fine. But Season 2, actually, it had legs for me. Was it my favorite show of 2020? No. I mean, come on. There's other stuff. Like, I feel like I want to say something other than The Mandalorian Season 2, just to, you know, come across as, like, a member of the Intelligista, but I was pretty pogged for The Mandalorian Season 2. That's not our bow, okay. This isn't how I bow. You know what movie that is? That's right. Big Fish. You know what actor says it? Ewan McGregor. You fool. Ewan McGregor plays the young version. It's Albert Finney. It's like you weren't even paying attention. Please be... Oh, there we go. Please, no bombs. I don't want to use any bombs. This is how I go. This is a very long moon challenge. Like, I don't mean time-wise. I mean, like, length-wise. Either way, money's doing great. You love to see it. You know what I would love to see? I would love to see somebody use the bow and arrow to, it's probably worth it. I would love to see somebody use the bow and arrow to complete the section of the game where you get to World 6. It is World 6, right? I don't know what you call it. You know what I'm talking, the area with the sun. Like, what if you went up the laser traps on the Tiamat fight, just using the bow to, like, chill out on the side whenever... I guess you would probably just definitely die. So there is that. So we know for certain we will not have... Oh my... We will not have the black market on this floor. That's fine. Yeah, I was gonna say it. Dude, there's so much good sound design in this game. Check this out. Can you hear that? Just give it a sec. The skull gets louder as it appears. That's just cool, man. That's... Derek, he's a wizard of sound. He knows what he's doing. Now, did he do the sound design? I don't know. Either way, I give him a lot of credit. Okay, very nice. You don't have to do this. We're not gonna do this. Okay. Feeling alright. I don't know, like, in what universe that was the right play? The answer is in no universe was that the right play. HP is actually, like, quite low. Low enough to not be pleased. What do we want to see? I feel like I haven't seen, like, a good Monty on these floors. However, I would also like... Plenty of time, no rush. I would also like to... Just if we can get an altar, like... We're very close. Just chill. Or at least we should be very close to, No, we are very close to getting the Kapala. We should be, like, less than one full Monty of favor away, that's for certain. Okay, very dangerous. Is 2-3. Now that I think about it, I don't think I got a Child of the Forest on the last floor either. You should probably step in there and be like, hello. It's alright. You know, we're low on bombs. That's... Maybe that's not completely fair. We're not as high on bombs as we'd like to be. That's because it's, you know, still like... It's only 10:43 a.m. on a workday. This floor is a little jank, right? Like... I feel like I didn't get to see everything that I wanted to see. With 90 grand, will I... and I'm just gonna make this a little safer for myself. With 90 grand, I definitely feel... okay buying the climbing gloves here. Glasses, I'm gonna say why not, just because they're pretty cheap, but alright, let's move in. I hope I didn't miss the black market. This run has just felt kind of questionable, you know? That was a very panicked arrow there. Just the longer that time goes on here and we don't hear... Oh, some blinking. Let's go. Well, we hate that. What if... I'll live with that. Could it be here? I think it's down another level. think it's down another level. If it's not, we're okay. We got the ropes necessary to get back up. Very, very slow blinking. Oh, it's just literally right here. Okay. Child of the Forest. Over here. I think we should get the Child of the Forest first, because then there's no reason for us to have to come back this way. We're gonna have to spend a bomb on it regardless. So, okay, big priorities. What are our big priorities here? 100%. I hate to say it. I mean, obviously, hedge it is number one. So you go hedge it, probably bombs, and if we have the time, you definitely, I think, you'd consider trying to get Monty to the exit just for a little short-term survival. I wish it weren't the case, but feels kind of like embarrassingly prudent. For now, though, let's get some money. Might seem like we're a little low, but keep in mind we bought a couple of items on the last floor. I'm bad. And the gloves are expensive, man. I mean, we could have gotten them here if we wanted instead, but, you know, it's 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. Alright, so I don't know how many runs in a row, like, at least how many first runs, because, you know, as time goes on, we maybe... if we lose a run, we don't maybe take the same level of care with our next one as we try to go goldless or historically do a speed run or whatever. But I think if you look at our first runs lately, we've been doing some really good stuff. Like, we've been really giving it our all. And making very few preventable mistakes. Comedic timing? What do we like? We love it. That could cause a whole mess of problems. I think at this point we might as well grab the compass. I think we definitely still do want Monty. I think we for sure also want the spring shoes. Okay, we still got a lot of money. Let's start with Monty. We do have a decent amount of time, but you know, you always want to look through this area over here. Not good, but it's okay. I'm mad at myself. I'm furious at myself. That's alright, we can buy a bomb box or a bomb bag and make up for it. There we go. I know what you're thinking, like, this is doomed. I disagree. Bro. There we go, redeemed. I disagree. Now, would I say I'm thrilled with where we stand? No. Just being at 2 HP is pretty bad. And I think we'll buy... We got 10 grand left. There were a lot of bomb bags. You might say ropes, and I don't think it's a terrible idea. I am a little worried about the shopkeeper, like, shooting this bat. Maybe you took care of it already. I don't think ropes are a bad idea. We can pick up some of those on the way, like we just did. But, bombs are still a little bit more immediately useful, I think. Okay, this is nice. This is nice. We should get a bomb bag, but not a bomb box, I believe. Don't come back to life. That would be the worst way to go, man. Thank you so much. I'm telling you, the run is spotty right now, but we are literally one altar away from things being pretty nice, actually. If we can just get one altar, there's no reason that, like, we got all the items we need, including bombs. If we just get one altar, and don't die, ideally on the Olmec fight. That was a really good bomb. Well worth it. Okay, so we want Olmec, if possible, to fall down right there. And the reason is, unlike our average run, I actually really feel like I need to get this Monty. Routinely, it's not that rare for me to take no damage up to this point. That did not happen on this run. What often happens from this point onward is that I don't do very well on the tide pool. So I think that having 3 HP instead of 2 is going to be worth something there. Anyway, yeah, I mean, we're like almost half an hour into the run, but maybe not quite half an hour, but still. It was a good stream yesterday. That was the point I was trying to make. Had a good time. I'm not throwing his bombs. We've had a pretty good track record of low-risk Olmec fights lately. We've played it a little bit slower, a little bit more consistent, and I think that has proved fruitful. So do we want him to fall straight down? I don't, actually. I think I'd much rather just have him fall in like a little pit and generate some more bombs in a way that's easy for us to get around. And if I gotta use some ropes to make this work, doesn't bother me at all. But actually, I think this is like insanely safe. Again, famous last words. Some people might say that was slightly risky. I disagree. I guess I just have a different risk tolerance. You might say I'm built different. Now, do we want to get him to just fall straight down? I don't think so. I think we want, if we can muster it, we want him to do that one more time. Now this is where we say to ourselves, Self, you got 33 bombs. I don't think you do it here. You do it there. You don't, because you don't want him to fall all the way. You want him to fall just a little bit, and then we'll generate even more bombs for the next set. That's the ticket, man. Now, hopefully this makes our next phase easier. If it doesn't, and we wasted our time, well, so be it. It's not like it's the most precious resource on the planet, and you can't get any more of it, no matter how much money you have. Oh, wait! I just finally understood the central message of the Adam Sandler film Click. Again, just send the bomb, brother. Alright, now I'm dumb. Now I'm officially dumb. A little bit of patience would have gone a long way there. Come on, there you go. I mean, either way, he may fall, like, literally straight down now, so I shouldn't be too upset. I mean, he sent something like 36 bombs straight into the abyss. No, 54 bombs straight into the abyss. Oh, right, he doesn't just fall. Yeah, okay, hold on. Glunk? That might get both. Meow? Well, now there can be no doubt that when he falls, he's going all the way. I just hope I don't also go all the way. I mean, the funny thing is, we didn't want to spend extra bombs. We'll probably end up spending more bombs than we would have spent. Just keeping them going in this, but there is a multiplicative effect on the bombs, at least. You know what I mean? Like, every time we use 1 to 2 bombs... Okay, you can do this. He uses several. What if you just came up and then you went over? What if you just went over slightly and then you came back? Okay, I think we can still... It's just a matter of... Sometimes you gotta surf him, right? So you, like... And then send them all the way. On top of Olmec's head is where I draw some blood. Now that we're back over here... You know, there's gotta be, like, a complete opening down here. Are you kidding me, man? This is brutality. Oh, jeez. Now it's like, he can't even fall straight down through there. I apologize. This is probably one of the more frustrating Olmec fights we've ever done. A single bomb here should finish the job. As long as we don't get killed in the process. And the thought did cross my mind there. Okay, after all that, way too much time, way too many bombs spent. But I would take 10 times longer than that if it guaranteed the win. Remember when you used to just sit on his head and wait for him to shoot enough bombs that you were like good to go? Times have changed. The Olmec fight is a lot more dynamic now. There's no doubt about that. I didn't want to risk those lightning bugs. We kind of do want as much money as possible because we want to gamble on the casino on the next floor. If we don't get an altar, gambling on the casino to be able to get into the pleasure palace, and trust me, the older I get, the more I resent having to use phrases like this. Especially now that, you know, that I've added to the population count of the world, I think more about my legacy and what I'm leaving behind, you know, for my daughter. And 10,000 videos where I say the phrase pleasure palace, you know, it's not really how I saw it going down. It's not to say it hasn't worked out in its own way, but every Isaac episode needs at least one joke, and that'll be the one for today. Alright. But yeah, if we don't get an altar, we need the HP from the pleasure palace to be able to beat the sun challenge. Just chilling. Not doing nothing. I'm not standing still. I am lying in wait. We have a hired help. Got a big old pit of water over here. There is an altar. I see it. I bet just getting the hired help's gonna be enough. Now, what's more important, the casino or the altar? We should be able to get both, but that is kind of an interesting question. I think we'll have to go from the underside. We could go up top again, go back into the water. But there's something in the water. And if I got a brown nose for some gold, then I'd rather be a bum than a mother frickin' baller. We can't really go from the underside now that I see, because there's also a vault there. So I think we will have to go all the way back to the surface. It's a bit scary on time. I was gonna say, this would be a very good time for us to start getting some payouts. Always the telepack, man. Which I think, like, they put it there to make it fun. Just make sure that ideally the hired help wouldn't pick up that telepack. I mean, he's going onto the altar as soon as I get a chance, right? So... paste? We don't care, because it's not about the items. It's about sending a message. I mean, you might think this is insane. I kind of think the casino is more valuable than this altar. It's not more valuable than altars forever, but I think it might be more valuable than one altar right now. You just gotta wing it, hope for the best. What the heck? I keep screwing it up. That being said, in my head, I was like, we're still definitely gonna get it. But that appears increasingly unlikely. So, I think right now I'm comfortable making the gut call that I'm gonna bet on the existence of an altar later, and I'm not gonna sweat this one as much. Bro, this is getting a little... it's getting a little absurd. I mean, I've screwed up a bunch, don't get me wrong, but... we're not even done, right? We still got one more. Okay, that had to happen. I think we're done now. And I think we just gotta go. They don't think it do be like it is, but it do. Yeah, we got 5 seconds. We just gotta go. Trust me, I wish that we had maybe played that slightly differently, but I also know that we can get an altar later. And we got some... ooh, buddy, relax. We got some temporary HP regardless. And hey, you know what the other thing is? Is gonna get the people going. It's gonna get the people talking. They might be saying things like, how dumb does this guy have to be to not sacrifice at an obvious altar? But hey, as long as they're talking, as long as they're talking. No press, or any press is good press, right? I think I've said this many times before. I don't mean to dredge this up. When people say any press is good press, I always think of, like, you know, celebrities whose lives have been destroyed by absolutely terrible news stories. And I go, I'm not sure. Like, I understand. You're like, yeah, but at least they're talking. Yeah, talking about how you scammed college admissions for your daughter by saying that she was on the rowing team when actually she had never even touched an oar in her life. You think Lori Loughlin is saying that? You think she's saying any press is good press? So here's the thing, my man. It's been a fun journey. You do not get to pick up the sword that melts the world, okay? It's too much responsibility for a single hired help. You should know that already. We are looking for... I know what you're gonna say, by the way. You're gonna say, NL, you gotta learn how to do the onk skip. You're right. I mean, gotta is doing a lot of work in that sentence, but I know what you mean. It would really benefit us. It's undeniable. So why am I not doing it? I don't know, man. Because I got the greatest excuse in the world right now. I got a 3-month-old infant. So instead of, you know, anytime you say, well, you should do this, it only takes 5 minutes. I'll be, oh, 5 minutes away from raising my child. Okay, sure. Thanks for the parenting advice. World's worst father. I was trying to think of a good media example. Maybe Darth Vader. Darth Vader. Thanks for the dad advice. Thanks for the advice on how to be a dad, Darth Vader. And which is not fair, but that doesn't mean that I'm not going to abuse that that excuse as long as I have the ability to. Yeah, we almost died there. That was a little spiced. Ooh, but we are, you know, we're starting again, square one. I would say that to me, like, to get this turkey is probably worth it. So just whip it in a place where it won't fall down. Then take it, like, up here. Perfect. Then you're just gonna kill it. I apologize, but had to be done. This HP may matter. Like, it matters more, you know, when we don't have an altar. The thing is, we can get an altar, no matter what, on the Pleasure Palace. There's the turkey. Please tell me this won't wash away Excalibur somehow. So we're looking for the lantern, right? To see if the lantern denotes the existence of the door. Something I've only recently just come to terms with. It does not appear to. Okay, fair enough. Alright. Am I not Tortuga enough for the Tortuga Club? Tortuga is Spanish for turtle, right? I know very little Spanish. I mean, if GeoGuessr didn't clue you into that. My Spanish is not, as you might say, picante. If my Spanish teacher were grading my exam, she would probably give me a lot of rojo with her pen. Okay, you don't have to lose HP here. Sometimes I get greedy. There you go. You lost 1 HP, but we can live with that. Tall servant of gold marked by the snake. Tall servant of gold marked by the snake. Tall gold snake. TGS, the game station. I thought about it, and I was like, why would I even whip that? It's a very good point. So, very not uncommon. I wouldn't necessarily say common, but not uncommon to find some altars down here. Certainly cannot make a compelling case. Oh, we want to drop off Excalibur at Wadler. I still, like, I know I make this joke a lot, but Excalibur at Wadler still, to me, sounds like a hotel restaurant. Really don't want you to hit the wall there, obviously, or the idol. Donkey donk. Da donkey 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 donk. So it's just slightly over to the right. Heavy base. We love the heavy base. It's probably like literally right here. I'm feeling okay. Like, this is not a bad run. Considering the fact that we've actually played kind of badly. That just emphasizes the fact that actually we've like there's a paradox in there, I suppose, but are we dead? Lucky me. We've actually played pretty well to recover from how badly we've played. Sounds like a paradox, but I guess all I would say is it means we've been inconsistent, you know? We've had some moments of luck, we've had some moments of greatness. I kind of want the crate, but like, what do you want out of the crate, you know? What do you think you're gonna get out of that crate that's gonna change your life? Hopefully a parachute. Yo, I'm so glad we looked more. What? This changes everything. We got 1 minute. We're pretty close, but not close enough that I'd expect 1 or 2 to do this, so... This guy's a little harder to jump on, so we're gonna start here. Even if these are worth 1 each, we should expect to get pretty close pretty quickly. That had to be done more or less perfectly. I don't know where Monty is. Man, there's a hired help in the wet fur section too. That's the... Monty! Probably should have done... Oh man, this is like... Oh no, Tomo's throwing up too. Tomo, Tomo, it's hot, buddy. This is what it all comes down to. We got it? Okay. See ya. Okay, Tomo, you alright, man? You know what, this is a good time to pause. I don't want to do this next section under duress. See you in just a moment. Okay, we are back. Everything's fine. Just a little feline hairball. Don't get crushed. That's step 1 of any good endeavor here. Don't get crushed. It's worth a bomb. For a couple of reasons. Get in here. Get some HP off of Monty. This run now has everything. And I'll level with you. I think we want to do this. Rather than risk dealing with the energy ball. That one. I think we're happier. Kind of press our luck right here. Dude, that's so worth a bomb. We're going to be at 6 HP. Unless we're dead. We're going to be at a decent amount of blood. Thank you. No reason to go that way. Tall Gold Snake. The game station. Lamasu's going to die. Told you. Thanks for the HP. Only reason we're here is because you gotta look. Hate everything about this. Do not like being there. I've decided, if possible, perhaps skipping the whole endeavor to begin with is for the best. That rock scared me a little. So I want Lamasu to trigger the laser beam, which he did. Then we're gonna run through, okay? You gotta be careful doing that. I wouldn't say we got lucky, but you gotta be careful doing that because of the force field. That was careful, believe it or not. You don't have to go this way necessarily, but you always want to take a quick peek. I think this is certainly, you evaluate the situation and you say, you know what? Probably one of the easiest to justify bombs you'll ever see in your life. And then you look for Tall Gold Snake. That's not tall, that's smiling. Bro, this is actually like the scariest floor for me. I know that seems ridiculous. Here's the way, like, you could see it like there's no enemies, or you could see it like there's enemies all around you. I take the paranoid approach. I feel like there's enemies all around me. I do feel like we've got a big advantage here because gold is, like, easy to spot. Smiling gold snake. And there's a lot of irony there if I've already missed it. I think we can safely head up this way. That's not tall. That's a tall gold eye. It's not a snake, I should say. That's a simple gold snake. Tall gold bat. Tall gold snake. It exists. I just want to check. That didn't seem to... Maybe gold makes a different sound than all the other... Maybe all of the metals make a different sound. My favorite metal, of course, being wood and clay. Clay might be metallic on the... I don't know. What is clay made of on the periodic table? Cl? I'm joking. That's chlorine. It's a halogen. A tall servant of gold marked by the snake. Gold is where I want to be, but I guess I'm already there. And where did we get in here? It was like... It's right there. Alrighty. The mech has got to go. That'll do it, and then hide, because there's going to be about 12 explosions. I was like, we could farm blood, but who cares? Just go, dude. One of the most interesting places for a shop you could ever imagine. I don't see a need to buy anything. I don't see a need not to buy anything. It's all gravy either way. I tend to actually ride Killeen, which has done well for us with the exception of on elevators where sometimes his little head gets caught. Can we get an Oppa here, by the way? Ooba! Okay. Very nice HP. Get the clover. Killeen should not have been killed by anything in the process. He's just chilling. You know how Chilins are and all that. Now this is where you definitely just use your brain. And you think to yourself, for the low price of a single bomb, could sure derive a lot of value out of maybe just skipping through this. Seems good. Okay. Goodbye, Tiamat. Goodbye, Tiamat. It's been nice. Only boss you won't beat twice. Look at that. Textbook. Okay, fine. Farm up a little blood off of him. Why not? He's been a good guy, though. He's been a good guy. So I still don't know how to hack the sun challenge because I'm a good gamer. No, I acknowledge that all of my faults on this section of the game reduce my percentage chance of success. And they're not due to pride. They're literally just due to inaction. I don't want to say laziness, because I'm, like, very busy, really, but inaction, yes. I think a lot of people might be like, oh, well, all the other gamers need to, and this is my impression of me from, like, 2 years ago. All the other gamers need to use exploits to beat the sun challenge. I just am good. I don't know why, I don't know, I've saved myself 30 seconds of learning how to do something in the most efficient way, because it makes my personality seem like I'm... Now I'm just like, nah, I probably should. You're right. Mellowed out in my old age. Okay, sticky ball. Very scary. Before you do the sun challenge, typically you want to stand here. Get your 4 HP. I would also say I do that's not bad, really. I mean, it's not great, but more disappointed by the 3 HP I lost being a dummy. We did gain a lot back, though. Okay, so, like, that is just a very high percentage chance to kill us in the future. The arrows, somebody told me, the spears, what the heck is going on in here? The spears only trigger if there's enough space for them to trigger. So anyway, what I was trying to get at is like, we just want to do the sun challenge, but we want to get Waddler first. If we can. If we can't, we pretty much got to do it like right now. Okay, so that's Frogtown. Like if that's not Waddler, I think we just have to do the sun challenge literally right now, because otherwise we're gonna run out of time. And if we die, we die, but you got to make a decision here. Because Waddler sometimes is on 5-2, I think. There's obvious badness here, just for the record. So, the little I know of how to quote-unquote cheese the sun challenge is that it looks something like this. Maybe not 1-to-1, but something along those lines. For now, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, click the like button. Helps out a great deal. Of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. For now, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. See ya.